2, 1 for the pot. While the tea steeps, let me ask you a question. The flow in this tank is a combination of a vortex and a sink. Water enters tangentially here and flows out at the center. The question is, what path does the water take from the inlet to the outlet? Here I have a long-nosed hypodermic with dyed water in it. With this I can trace the flow and see where it goes. Let's try a little at the surface and see what's happening. At this rate, it'll be a long time reaching the drain. Maybe it never will. So much for surface flow. Let's start over. This time we'll try injecting at about half depth. Again, the pattern seems to be one of nearly circular flow. The water going out of the drain must come from the bottom. A small spur holds the tip of the needle about 1/8 of an inch off the bottom. We can see that the dye goes rapidly toward the center, and this seems to be the answer to our question. We've examined the flow here, which behaves differently at different depths. At the surface, the flow is nearly circular, and this situation persists well down into the flow. This nearly circular pattern could be called the primary flow. Near the bottom, however, the situation is different. Here the flow sweeps inward in a steep spiral and down the drain. This departure from the general situation is called secondary flow. Let's see if we can get a little more specific idea of what we mean by primary flow and secondary flow. In order to understand a flow, it's often useful to think of it in 2 steps. The first step is to approximate the flow by a description which fits the major part of the flow with reasonable accuracy. This first approximation we call primary flow. The second step is a refinement of the first approximation. It is a recognition of the difference between the actual flow and the first approximation. It is this difference that we call secondary flow.